Most RAG tutorials teach the ingestion as like a one-time activity in the production RAG system. You will pick up a data set, you will perform the chunking, you will embed into our vector database, and when the query comes, you will retrieve the data, you will perform the re-ranking, you will feed it as a context to the LLM, and you will generate the response. That's how most of the situation would be. Now, if you take a consideration of the production, let's say you're dealing with a database where you have got millions of records, not 10, 20 like you would be working in demo system. You'll be having the million records. Now, when you have a million record, now as per the production in real life, things would change, right? The pricing would change, the compliance would change, the document structure would change, maybe the process itself would change in the production environment. Now, when you're dealing with that 1 million documents, when let's say 5 or 10 pages change, if it is a 50-page document, you will re-embed this. Now, when you are dealing with a scenario where you now have million records, now are you going to re-embed the same? Now, this is the exact thing that I'm discussing in this video. This is a clip from my Agentic AI Enterprise Mastery Bootcamp, where we discuss not with the use case of 10 pages, but with the million records. How would you do it? What should be your strategy? And how you can actually implement this. So let's take a look at it, guys. And there's also one more topic that's called as the record manager, which is about how do you update those documents in the RAG? I mean, let's say if there is any changes in the document that could happen, then how do we handle the changes? It's not like we have to do the re-indexing of the entire document. Let's assume that I have, uh, let's say 1 million pages. Then let's assume that even if a single page changes, it doesn't make sense for me to re re-embed the 1 million documents if the content is not changed. So how do we handle such record manager scenarios as well? So those are the key aspects that we'll be looking at, basically about integrating our learning into the practical implementation so that we have a better understanding about the same. So let's get started, guys. So here, for us to do this implementation, there are a few prerequisites that we need to set up. So first and foremost, we need to have a document in place. So we'll have to select a document. We will have to create a vector database. We'll have to ingest our data into our vector database, like chunk and perform the ingestion to our vector database. And then on top of that, we will be we need to implement our embeddings and everything. So let me go ahead and let me first give you the complete end-to-end run. And then I'm going to help you to understand how everything is structured. Okay, let me do that first. There is a code that we have already prepared for this. First, we'll take a look into the same. We'll run it end to end. Then we'll understand what is written over there. And wherever possible, we'll try to separate out and I'll show it to you as well. Okay, so this is how our full code would look like. Let me just walk you through as what is it that we are doing and how do we actually get started. So we have various folders that has been created and see if under this data, if you take a look at it. So this is basically a PDF file. So I'm going to use this PDF and we'll use this PDF, which is basically the same PDF that we were looking at earlier as well. We will split this document into the various chunk and we will store these chunks into our vector database, that is our PG vector database. Okay. And apart from that, what we will also be doing over here is we will make use of something called as SQLite registry. We will make use of this SQLite registry. Now we use this SQLite registry for change management. Okay, we use this for change management, and that is basically is going to track before we actually perform ingestion, whether it is already present in our vector database or is it something that it's a fresh. So that is the role of this record manager. Okay, that's what we are going to be using the SQL registry as a change management. That is what we call it as a record manager. And then we also have a
query understanding layer. Now, this query understanding layer is basically what we have learned in our layer number 5. So the intention of this query understanding layer is to ensure that our application is able to understand the user's query in an effective way. Okay, so and this also has the access control implemented as well. We'll see as we progress. So access control is basically when we are performing the chunking and performing the ingestion, we include the metadata, and we whatever the search filters that we want to apply, we perform the indexing during the creation itself, and we pass that filter when we are performing the retrieval. That's the overall idea about this access embedding, or this access control of our document, and that's also implemented in this scenario too. And then we'll go ahead and generate the LLM response. So that's the core idea right here, team.
I hope you have enjoyed the learning, guys. See, the key idea is very simple. In the production, ingestion is not a one time activity, it's something that you will keep on doing it as and when your documents get changed. So, if you have not built the system which is built around it, where you're able to track these chunks, perform the validation whether it is already present or not, and only put those parts into that vector database, then it's not production ready. And that's where the record manager would actually comes into picture. The record manager will actually decide, is this document exist, should we perform the embedding, or should I actually remove my old chunks. Now, these are the key things that will be decided by this record manager. Now, this is basically what we call it as the engineering layer that most beginner tutorials actually miss it. They teach you as like it's a one-time script where you will load the documents into the vector database. But in reality, that's not the same. You will have the documents, SOPs would change, because in production, the problem is not just the retrieval. The problem is maintaining your knowledge base fresh enough as always, and more importantly, in alignment with your business processes. Now, that's the difference between building the production system or building a demo system. Now, I want you to think about one thing over here, guys. Is my rack system is capable of handling my document changes? If yes, then you're good. If not, then it's not production ready. So if you like these kind of implementation, this is the kind of discussion that you want to be part of, the link is in the description. Check out our bootcamp, where we not only discuss but also look into the implementation aspects of how and where you would be placing in your production pipeline. I'll see you next time.